4th of July. I was trying to do a video where, like, you know, red, white, and blue, headband, jewelry, something. And it's just been one of those weeks. My puppy Harper, who I've, you know, mentioned before and been in my videos, has pancreatitis. It's something that is an ongoing chronic condition. And sometimes it flares up because he's eaten something he shouldn't, or he gets stressed out. So I haven't had a lot of sleep and just did not have the ability to plan as much as I'd want to. So what I am going to do today, though, is kind of a summer look. And I'm going to use products from Glossier, which is a brand that I don't usually talk about. It's not really a luxury brand, but it is a really good brand. And I was at the Glossier store. There's a new one on Newbury Street here in Boston. And I picked up a new shade of cloud paint, which is something that I have talked about before. I actually love that product. It's a great product. A new pencil. I want to talk about the brow product, lipstick, and I discovered a moisturizer that might beat out moisturizers that cost literally 100 times. Well, I should say 50 times the price. So if you didn't see my Instagram post, I did a reel actually. I don't usually do reels, but I did a reel with pictures, video of the Glossier store on Newbury Street. It's really nice. And if you haven't been to a Glossier, I'll put up, let me lean, I'll put up a video shot of it. So all the products are laid out. You can try everything. There's multiple tables that have the same products on them. And so you can go to the table and try out whatever you want. And then you go to a sales associate and they ring it up for you and they bring it out from the back. And everything, you can get it in, I forget, like, you can get it in like a Glossier bag, or you can just get like this, it's like bubble wrap. Bubble wrap envelope, frankly, with all your products in it, which I think is just great because I use it for like travel because, you know, it keeps everything safe in that bubble wrap, and you just have the Ziploc at the top, so it's awesome. So anyway, I picked up a new shade of the cloud paint, which we'll get to in a minute. I have a bunch of lip products, liner, brow. I don't have any of their eyeshadows, and I was gonna try one, but I didn't. So today I'm just gonna use a Sicily shadow, single shadow, but I want to talk about the skincare first, just really quickly. So this is called the After Baume, B-A-U-M-E. It's 1.6 fluid ounces, and I want to bring up the, here we go. I want to bring up the price for you. And I was talking to one of the women in the shop, and I was telling her about my skin, and, you know, my skin, I have rosacea, dry skin, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she also had rosacea, and she was like, this is, just try it. It's the most awesome thing ever. And it's $28. $28 for 1.6 ounces. To give you an example of a comparison, some of the moisturizers that I absolutely love, the Augustinus Butter Soothing Cream, which is amazing, La Mer Cream, which is amazing, are all like, for 1.6 ounces, I think the La Mer is now like, I think 2 ounces is like $300. And the Soothing Cream, I forgot how big the Soothing Cream, but it's probably like around an ounce. I think that's $300. This is $28. It's described as a puffer jacket for your skin, a daily moisture barrier recovery cream perfect for very dry or sensitive skin, so, you know, both. The buttery cocooning cream formulated with plant-based moisture magnets, glycerin and kupashu butter, helps dry skin bounce back and lock in hydration for up to 24 hours. Awarded the National Eczema Association Seal of Acceptance. It's conditioning, cruelty-free, hydrating, and vegan. And I gotta tell you guys, I am really impressed. So for those of you who have dry skin, oily skin, I would not recommend this product, but it comes in this really kind of cool green and pink. It reminds me of like the preppy thing in the 80s. But anyway, and it looks a little like La Mer cream. Like it has, it's not as dense, but it's dense, okay? It's a dense cream. But when you put it on your hand, you can just see it disappears immediately. It's not like, but it creates this, it's a barrier. It's the most interesting thing. And if you put it on, like when I put it on at night, it feels so good. It helps with the redness. It helps with moisture. It's a really good product, and it's $28. So for those of you who are out there like, well, you know, I think it's a pretty good investment, $28 to try it. If you have sensitive skin, dry skin, it's really, really good. I think in the winter, it's gonna be absolutely exceptional. For those of you who have oily skin or don't have dry and sensitive skin, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because it's not thick, but it creates this like barrier to your skin. It's almost like it creates, not sticky, it's not sticky, it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like when you have like a vinyl almost feel, like you know, like it's cut, like it's literally trapping in the moisture. It feels really good. And I don't recommend skincare very often, unless I've tried it for a very long time. But I really wanted to mention this one because, like I said, I think the price point is excellent. And for those of you who suffer from like rosacea or sensitive or skin that gets irritated really quickly, I just really think this is a really good product. So I wanted to mention it. Let me put my hair back. Not that those other products I mentioned aren't good. They're so much more expensive. I'm like, hey, I should mention. Okay, so for those of you who have never seen cloud paint before, cloud paint is kind of what it sounds like. It's a blush that comes in these little tubes, squeezy tubes. This is like the lightest shade they have. This is one I've worn many, many times. I'll put up the picture and then we'll go back. I gotta find out. Okay, these are $20. And how big are these? I don't even actually know. It's on here somewhere. Let's see, maybe it's, I can see it better on the, okay, so it's 0.33 fluid ounces, 10 milligrams, $20, and this is shade Dusk. Like I said, this is the lightest shade. It's light, but I've used this many, many times, and I was down there and I was like, I'll buy another one because this is a great shade for those of you who don't really want blush. You want a little bit of something, but you don't want much. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna rub it out and you'll see it looks like a lot darker than, you know, but on the face, it's very, very light. And then Soar, which is the new one. And Soar is a bright, warm pink. There's a little seal on it, so you have to take the seal off. Let me show you Soar. That's Soar. So poppy pink, bright pink, that popular shade. So I was thinking that there's two ways you can use these. You can use a brush, you can use your fingers, but I'm just gonna use my fingers today to show you the Soar, and then I'll use the Dusk as well so you can see that. But I want you to see it's not as intimidating as it looks in the, when I put it on my hand, because these are not, they're not like super deep. You can build them up and you can get more pigment out of them. So if you're somebody who's looking for something a little bit deeper, don't get me wrong, you can do that, but it's not like you're gonna be like, oh, that's, you know, such a bright color, I can't wear it. It's very pretty. It's like, it's that very cool girl, cold girl look that people were wearing in the winter. So I think that's probably where this came from. Like, I think that's, you know, the response was they wanted that shade, that pink shade. Now the Dusk, I'm gonna put a little bit like right here on my nose. You're gonna see what I mean. It like disappears. It's very, very light. In fact, I can use it. It's warm, so I wouldn't say that it's a good contour, but it could make a good, in a pinch, it can make a good bronzer. I'll put it a little bit over this. Yeah, it's a very light, I'll look at the webpage and see how they describe the shade. But in my opinion, it's almost like a warm tan. Let's see how they describe it. A brownish nude. So yeah, I mean, it's not a deep shade by any means. But it's a great shade for like that everyday kind of look that you want. And it's the lightest shade they have. So I wear that one more than any other. They also have a very light pink, which is Puff, which I also use. And Puff is, I guess Puff could technically be lighter than Dusk, but but it's like a very, very light ballerina pink, like super, super light. So yeah, I have Puff and I have Dusk and I use them all the time. This Soar that I bought, my sister has already claimed, so she's taking it. But the next time I go down to Newbury Street, which is where I get my hair done, by the way, I will grab another one. So yeah, so I really like that. If you haven't heard of Glossier, you might have heard of the cloud paints because they're really popular. The other new shade is Wisp. It's a soft lilac. So if you're looking for a lilac blush, that's a good choice. They really work extremely well. And like I said, they're not super pigmented. You can build them up, but you know, it's not something you have to be afraid of. The Glossier products are all kind of that no makeup kind of makeup look. They're easy to use, you know, use your fingers if you want to. You can use a brush, but I'm just saying, like, they're really simple products to use. I also have the Brow Flick, which is a brow liquid pencil. I'm sorry, pen for your brows. My sister also took that. It's a really good product, by the way. You should try it out. But I don't have it because she took it. But I will say, I do have the Boy Brow. Let me see. I know it's on here. Oh, it's like the first thing. Okay. I'm an idiot. Boy Brow, $18. This is Auburn. And you know, I like this brush. I like this Boy Brow, the brow product because it's super tiny. See how tiny it is? You can really get at the brows. And one of the other things I like about it is that it comes in Auburn. Those of you who have reddish hair or red hair know that Auburn is a shade that, you know, isn't always available. You know, it's become more popular in the last couple years because I think more people have been like, hey, how about people who have red hair? But really in the beginning, ABH was the only one that had anything with Auburn in it. So, you know, but this one is a really good product. You'll notice that I have like a little extra on the top of my brows, but I do that on purpose. I kind of go in there and push them up. I'll show you in a second how I groom them. I do want to get them microbladed. Again, I did get my brows microbladed. I showed it on my channel actually. What I'll say for microblading, go to somebody good, somebody you've seen their work, you know, spend the money, do some research, go to the best, because you know, semi-permanent. But I will also say, when you do it, I did mine and was like, oh no, I don't, you know, I want it to be super natural. I want it to be like, just like the littlest bit. Yeah, it fades really fast. Then I just take a Q-tip and go over the top. So yeah, I would say it's worth it to look a little ridiculous at first because when it wears off, it's gonna like, even in like the first week or two, you're gonna be like, oh, it's a lot less dramatic than you think. So like I said, you know, go to somebody you trust, make sure that you know that you can trust them to do the work, right? But you'll want to look, frankly, a little too much at first, because otherwise when it wears off, like because the ink fades, like some of the extra, it's gonna fade a lot faster and you're gonna be like, oh, need to get my eyebrows done again. So that's my only advice. But you see how nice that looks? I mean, it's a very easy product to use. It works really well. And yeah, I've liked this product for a long time and I don't actually talk about it very often. Again, it's not a luxury product. Obviously these price points are much lower, but that, you know, something's good. It's good. And I like the way Glossier does. I like their stores. I like the whole thing. I need to pick up a sweatshirt because I actually like their sweatshirts. Okay. So this is a product that I don't like. So we're going to talk about it really quickly. This is the Sheer Matte lipsticks. And I have Cake and what's the other shade I have? Hold on. I have Cake and Leo. Cake is a subtle peach. Leo is a neutral cocoa brown. And I'll show you the shades. They're really hard to get the pigment out. You know, like you rub them on your lips, it's almost impossible. And on your hand, it's just, I have to like rub really hard to get it out. I just don't think this is Leo, this is Cake. I can't recommend these. I tried them, but I don't like them. They're too drying and the pigment's bad and they're not for me. You know, as I was doing it, I realized I do have Glossier shadow. It's not their single shadows, but what it is something called, hold on, please hold. What is the name of these? Sky Wash. They are sheer lid tints. And Lidstar, sorry, the other ones are sheer matte. These are glistening. And I have Herb, which is a smoky green color. Shocking, right? Comes in this like test tube looking thing. And just a really easy wash of color for your eyes. Now, you can put it on with this and do nothing else. I usually put it on and then go over it with a brush. All right, so let's put it on like that. Not particularly like, you know. And you'll have some time to spread it out. Now, if you use a brush, you're gonna get less coverage than if you try to put it on and like use your finger, which I'll show you in a second. Let's just do the wash. Now again, these are glistening, and then they have ones that are like a sheer matte wash of color as well. Both good. You know me, I'm not really into mattes. Like, it's why I don't think I like the lip product. And I, to be honest with you, I don't even know why I got them, because I'm like, I don't like lid product. I don't like, you know, matte products. So I'm like, why did I do that? Anyway, so if you take your finger and just kind of, put the wash down first, and then just kind of pat it in. See how you get like a deeper look? And you can also do this with a brush. You would just build it up a little bit slower, or you could use the doe foot, I suppose, and just kind of, layer it on. Okay, so that's Herb. It's considered a smoky green with yellow gold pearl. All right, now the pencil that I picked up, and those are $18, by the way. The pencil I picked up, I have not tried their pencil before, so we're gonna try this out. Let's see, it is #1 pencil, Perfect Glide eyeliner, $16. And I, of course, got it in a green shade. Fresco, it's a dark forest green. It's pretty green, I like that. Let's try that out. It's soft. I think this will definitely be smudgeable. We'll try it. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be smudgeable. I like smudgeable pencils just because, again, my skin is dry, I'm older, I like something a little softer, all those things. Not everybody likes that, but creamy, long-wearing eyeliner pencil that glides on smoothly with rich, buildable, blendable color. Bold or subtle, demi-matte, dense pigments, crisp, true color, won't rub, tug, or transfer. Soft, but never too soft. Yeah, it's really nice, actually. Yeah, it's starting to dry down a little, like, so, you want to get to it somewhat early. Not super early, like, it's not immovable now. But if you want to smudge it out, and you can smudge it out with the end of, like, the pencils that have, like, the rubber. I tend to use a brush, but not everybody likes to do that. Oh, wow, that's really nice. That worked really well. Okay, impressive. Like that far more than I thought I was. Okay, so the last product that I have is the Glossier, let me get the name of it. I don't have any of the Glossier. They have like a bronzer. Is it a bronzer? I think it's called, let me look for it. There's a skin tint. I have heard not great things about the skin tint. I have the gloss, but my sister took it. Yes, they do have bronzer. It's a luminous bronzer cream solar paint. Okay, this is what happened with the bronzer. I did try it in store, and the shades looked weird to me. Like, they looked orange. So that's why I didn't get them. That's what it was. But I could be wrong, so I didn't actually try it. But they looked like orange, so I didn't get them. If anyone has tried them, let me know. I've heard great things about the jelly cleanser. Haven't tried that yet. Like I said, the eyeshadows, I want to try those. There's like a trio of eyeshadows. That looks great. I like the Lidstar. I haven't tried the Sky Wash because it's a matte. There's finishing powder. I haven't tried that. Gloss, my sister took. There's a highlighter. Don't have that. Mascara I've tried. I didn't love the mascara, I have to say. And it went bad eventually, so I've heard good things about the stretch concealer. I might try that when I go back to replace the sword that my sister's taking. And the lip cream, I haven't tried that. That might be good too. I mean, I've heard, like I said, like the thing that I used to use that I like really knew about was the cloud paint. Like, that was great. So what I do like are the Nourishing Shine and Color lipsticks. So of course, these are shiny balms. basically. So of course I was gonna like them. Villa is my favorite shade. Villa is a dusty rose. I have 2 of these. This is a great, like, just great shade. I'll put it over. It's a great shade to wear just like all the time. It's more pink on me, but anyway. And then the shade that I just picked out was Cachet. It's a walnut brown. It's sold out online right now, but this is like such a me shade. Such a me shade. It's like a purpley brown. Oh, love this shade. I know. I actually ended up creating more of like a fall look than a summer look with the hunter green and the brown lips. This is what I like. But anyway, yeah, I love that shade. I can see that I'm not the only one though, because it was sold out online. Yeah, so I don't have any bronzer or any highlighter, so I won't use those today. So let me just put on a little bit of mascara and then we'll just wrap up talking about the brand. Well, I created more of a fall look than a summer look, but oh well. But overall, I really love the products. Glossier is, in my mind, one of the really good, you know, less expensive, more reasonable price point products. The brow products are excellent. The brow flick is great if you like a liquid pen for your brows. Again, I get brown. My sister stole it. The boy brow, as I showed you, if you're looking for like more of a gel, like to hold it up, it's an excellent, excellent product, and they have auburn. The cloud paints, as you can see, like the pink is not nearly as pink as it looks in the tube. And then dusk I have on kind of as my bronzer today. Again, I'm not really wearing bronzer because it's a very light shade. Like it said in the thing, it's a nude, brown nude, something like that. And Puff is the other one that I use all the time, which is like a very light ballerina pink. Both beautiful. I don't like the sheer matte lipsticks, but I guess that's not a huge shock because I'm not a matte lipstick fan. I think the product is not good. I just don't think I don't think it imparts, you know, it's difficult to put on, and I don't like it. The liner, I'm really impressed with the liner, and I would buy more of these. This reminds me of the Chantecaille liner. It reminds me of the Chanel liner, not the waterproof one, the other one. It's not quite as soft as Victoria Beckham, but it's close. And it's a really good price point. And this shade, this fresco shade, if you're looking for a forest green, that's a beautiful shade. The Lidstars, this is, like I said, herb. I think it's a great, if you like green. It comes in a lot of different shades, so you don't have to pick the green. So yeah, that one's awesome. The shiny lipsticks, the shiny lip balms, basically. Like I said, this is a brown shade. Don't have to pick up a brown shade. The other one that I have that I showed you is Villa, and I wear that all the time, or I wiped it off. I was like, why is it not there? Villa, you know, I'll put it here. Villa is much more of like, it's called a dusty rose, but on me it goes like more of a pink. But these are great shiny lip products. You know, I always love those. Much less expensive than the ones that I usually talk about. And I want to try like the other products that I mentioned that I don't have, because I'm really impressed. Everything I use by Glossier, except for those sheer matte, I don't like those, but everything else. And the mascara just isn't my kind of mascara. I like a more volumizing mascara. As you can probably see, Glossier is more of that easy to use, less makeup kind of look. But you can still get an intense look out of it. It's not like it doesn't, you know, have some pack a punch. It's not like a volumizing. I could see how they wouldn't have volumizing mascara. But yeah, I love everything else. Love the liner, love the lipsticks, the glossy ones, love the cloud paint. I even like this new color Soar, even though it's like looks bright. I think it actually looks really good on me. I'll have to replace that. Because my sister stole mine. And if you have dry and sensitive skin, or just sensitive skin and like rosacea or eczema, things that you know, your skin is just reacts, I would really try this Repair Balm. I think that was the name of it. I have the box. Where's the box? What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. After Balm. Baume. It's a really good product, and for $28, I think it's worth trying. I can't say it'll work for you because, you know, everybody's skin is different, and some things will work for one person, won't work for another. But I really think it's an excellent product to use at night. I wouldn't use it during the day because it does create this sort of, it's like I said, it's almost like a vinyl. I can't explain it, but it's a little bit like a barrier on your skin, like a balm on your skin. And it sort of traps in the moisture, but it also desensitizes your skin, or it does mine anyway. So like when my skin is red, by the next morning when I wake up, it's not as red. I really like it, and I need to go find the salesperson who helped me in the Glossier store and tell her how much I appreciated her recommending it, because I had never tried any of the Glossier skincare. But this one, you know, she was like, no, this is really worth trying. I was like, okay. And I have to say, she was right. I really, really like it. And it's not like I'm going to give up my La Mer or my Augusta Spotter, but I gotta tell you, especially in the winter, for $28, like, I would definitely, you know, use it a lot more often, mix it in like every other night, because why not? I mean, and if I really like it that much over time, we'll see how, you know, I like to like test these things for like 6 months. It may replace them. I don't know. It's really good product, at least so far. So I'll keep you up to date on that. But if you have any questions about Glossier or any of the products that I tried today, let me know. And like I said, when I go back down to get my hair done, I'll pick up some more. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Happy 4th of July to everyone, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.